Robert Olimene joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Robert. After 38 games, we have not separated the boys from the men. We now know those who will be living their lives in the NNL and those we're hoping to see who will come, of course, to the NPFL. Well, what's your take on the season so far as that ended just about on Sunday? 38 matches, different results, adrenaline rush, and different bans and fines from different parts of the clubs.
Good afternoon to you. It's good to be on the program once again. Well, for the league season, it's been an exciting league season, and looking at how things have panned out for all the teams involved, it is a season of joy and laughter for some, and of course, while for others, it has been a season of a lot of anguish as well as disappointment for Remo Stars. The first time in their history winning the league, and of course, they ended that with 71 points. Rivers United, yes, they tried all they could. But at least they are back on the continent to play Champions League football once again. For Abia Warriors, I've been very, very impressed with what Imam Amakakabo has been able to do with that side in terms of the tenacity of the team as well as their ultimate achievement to play continental football. But I think I'll be dwelling more on Ikorodu City. And of course, for those who don't know Ikorodu City, this is the first time ever they will play in the Nigerian Premier Football League as it is. And of course, just as this log tells us, they finished on a continental spot, but unfortunately, they will not be playing continental football because the fourth spot they occupy goes to the winner of the Federation Cup. But one thing that stands out for Ikorodu City is the fact that overall, they scored 60 goals, that is this season. And if you look at the table closely, Ikorodu City has been the most potent team in terms of goal haul so far this season. In fact, the winner of the league, Remo Stars, scored just 49 goals to win the league on 71 points. And if you look more closely at what is going on with Ikorodu City, this is their first time ever in the league, and of course, this is the first time in about 12 years in the NPFL that a team has scored 60 goals in the league. Even the past champions of the NPFL, Akwa United, Eyimba, Rivers, Kano Pillars, since 2012, did not score 60 goals to win the NPFL league. So for Ikorodu City, this has been an exceptional season for the Oga Boys, as they are called. And of course, I think that next season should more or less bring better and of course greater challenges for the Lagos-based team. And of course, talking about the relegation, I am very, very disappointed in how Akwa United have gone about their season. But most disappointed with the fact that for the winner waves, Sunshine Stars, they more or less had to drop down, that is, into the relegation zone. This was a team that about 3 seasons ago, they played in the Super 6 in Lagos. And of course, they were challenging for the title. So to see Sunshine Stars more or less get relegated, it is disappointing. Same also goes for Lobi Stars, who at a point in time pushed Remo Stars as well as Bayelsa United for the league last season. But ultimately, it's been a wonderful season, and of course, hopefully next season will give us a whole lot of drama as well as a lot of excitement.
All right, before I let you go off this NPFL discussion, let's look at the relegated teams closely. Heartland FC, they appointed Iman Amuneke as the head coach, a man who, of course, has coached in different parts of Africa before now. Akwa United brought in Kennedy Boboye, who was once the coach of Sunshine Stars this season. And both teams have been relegated. Lobi Stars Football Club had different venues. They played in, at some point in time, they played in Nasarawa, they went to Bauchi, they came back again to play in Enugu State. They were not stable and different managerial issues. Board also dissolved, another board came on board. I mean, what do you think with this make of the league, knowing fully well that perennial teams who have got history and pedigree have been sent packing from the league? What do you think this would send to other clubs and clubs who are coming up?
I think that this buttresses the point that the NPFL is a very tough league to play for any team, be it an established team or be it a traditional team, as we call it in Nigeria, or a newly promoted team. It is a very, very competitive, it is a very, very difficult league to play in. And of course, at a point in time, even Shooting Stars were looking over their shoulders to tell you how very competitive this season has been. At a point in time, Niger Tornadoes were looking over their shoulder. Let's not forget Bayelsa United as well as Nasarawa United. At a point in time this season, they were also very, very scared for their safety. So it tells you the dynamism, it it tells you the fact that 1 week it looks like the coast is clear, and of course, at the following week or the preceding weeks, you find yourself in that murky water in terms of the relegation battle as it is. Very sad to see these teams that go down, but I think this is more or less another very, very important lesson to the teams who are able to survive going into next season, that they just really have to watch it. And of course, the standard has to more or less increase with each passing season. Example, Rangers won the league last season. Enyimba played on the continent as of this season. Both of them are nowhere near the top 5 as it is. So it tells you that at the point in time, it looks like all is going on very well for you. And because the point at another point in time, the clouds might get so dark that you probably will not even see what is in front of you. So for the league, it is unpredictable, it is tough, and of course, you just have to more or less put in your best at every possible time to make headway going forward. All
right, very, very interesting conversation right here. And before I let you go, I mean, I need to tell you, I'll talk about this. I mean, you just talked about the toughness of the Nigerian Premier Football League, but it's so sad that when you go on the continent, the toughness do not come to bear. We see that they either fail to make to the group stages, and those that eventually make it to the group stages, they fail to compete favorably. Now we have Abia Warriors, we have Remo Stars, and we have Rivers United. Finidi George has done it before, of course, with Enyimba. I mean, this time around with Rivers United, bringing them back to the continent. Do you think that Nigeria has a wonderful and a quality representation going to the continent, the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League?
Looking at how these 3 teams, because we don't know the 4th team yet, looking at how the 3 teams have played in the league this season, I believe that they are strong representatives of the NPFL going forward. If I'm allowed to say this, I think that there has to be very, very strong ideologies backing the assets these teams will parade, that is for the CAF Champions League as well as the CAF Confederations Cup, to break that jinx of just going there to make up the numbers, and of course going there to look at the possible qualification for a group stage place. At this point in time, Nigerian teams or these 3 representatives really need to more or less think both in, of course, outside the box to be able to achieve their aim next season.
All right. So I must say a big thank you to you, Robert Olimene, for your quality time, and we hope that clubs who have been saved and are not going on relegation would learn from this and also do better come next season. Thank you very much for joining, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for having me.